Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. I'm actually excited about the training session. This is the first week back from conference, and actually, just based on actually a couple of different books that I've been reading. When I came out of conference last Saturday, and I woke up on Sunday, and actually it was more on the plane ride on the way home on Sunday. But I said, here I know all of these success principles, like I know them, I know what to do, and so instead of just kind of like going through the motions, like why don't like I challenged myself to kind of dive back into and to start doing the success principles, like these things that I did religiously back when I first started my business in 1993 and 94 and 95 and things like that. I was so young starting out my business, and I just every success principle that I learned, I cherished to be able to put it into motion and to challenge myself, with the self-discipline to actually, continue to do them. Like that was a badge of honor for me, man, because I knew I could do those types of things, right? And people that had a hard time doing them, like I didn't understand that. Like, and I don't say that to offend anybody out there. Like, if you were at conference last week and you left, and man, it's like, John, I already need to get recharged. I need to, hey, listen, that's fine, dude. And I definitely go through those times as well. But, so one of the things that I did last Sunday, and kind of diving back into just basics, man, basic success principles. So one of the first things that I did was I wrote out 4, 5, 6 goals that I want to accomplish. Like, what do I want? What's important for me to accomplish right now? Like, what's important? Like, I didn't set goals for 5 years. I didn't create like let me sit down and let me create a goal plan for the next 15 years. I didn't do that. I said, what do I want to accomplish over the next 3, 4, 5 months? Barry Clarkson and Rob and Bill, man, they put up a lot of money. Rolex watches, 3 Rolex watches to the top 3 personal producers out there. The regional managers and district managers and sales managers and above. I'm just telling you, if that contest doesn't get you out there running and leading from the front, it doesn't matter whether you've got 3 writers in your group or whether you've got 33 writers in your group in your base shop. It doesn't matter. What matters is that the ones that go out there and lead from the front, they've got an opportunity to make a lot of money. They've got an opportunity to walk away with a lot of cash and a Rolex watch, right? I mean, golly, I think that'd be pretty cool. So those success principles that I started engaging in, I'm talking about basic. Okay, so I wrote out exactly what I wanted to accomplish over the next 5 months, this 5-month run, what was important to me. And a lot of my things that had to do with leading from the front, right? And so I challenged myself. I said, okay, it's not anybody can write out a set of goals one time. Anybody can do that. And so I said, I'm going to commit over the next 5 months that I'm going to write my goals down every single day. And I've done that. So that my first week out of the gate, hey, I'm just here to tell you, life is good. I'm accountable to you. And this past week, I went out there and I wrote a little over 10,000 in business my first week after conference. And now not all of it will get reported at the same time. I wrote 2 apps on Friday afternoon. I wrote 1 app on Sunday, and I wrote another 3 applications today. And so we're rolling, man, right? So but here's the thing. This is week 1, right? This is week one. I got one down, got 19 more to go, right? But here's the thing, man. I'm so excited. I'm so energized by, the whole next 5 months. I'm just so energized by everything. I think Equus is in a great position. I couldn't be more proud of Equus. I couldn't be more proud to be a part of Equus. Couldn't be more proud of what Barry and Rob and Bill are creating. I actually think those three guys are incredible, and I think Equus is really poised, especially with this commitment to OST and to the technology part, and really jumping in and allowing technology to take us to new places. I think that we're poised to really do something great. I certainly think that people that join Equus, and you guys that are already at Equus, I think if it commands a good part of your attention, and that you decide to really sow yourself here, I think that you'll be positioning yourself to really be blessed financially. So writing down my goals, I also wrote down an action plan. And every single day this week that I've written down my goals, I've also written an action plan. And here's the thing, that where my goals have pretty much stayed consistent, my action plan, it's varied on a day-to-day basis. Like, what can I do today to help me accomplish these goals? And it has changed. What I actually do on Sundays is a little bit different than what I do on Mondays. But I love writing things down. I think that if somebody gave me $1 million and said, John, man, tell me if there is any secret to your career, what would it be? And I would have to say it's learning a small part of what my subconscious mind can do when I get serious about programming it. And I think that's true for every single person in our organization. I don't care what they look like. I don't care their education background. I don't care their professional background. I just know that if they're a walking, talking human being, they've got a subconscious part of their brain. And if they ever figure out how to get serious about programming that, their subconscious mind will actually lead them to the resources and the answers that they need. So writing down my goals, writing down an action plan, visualizing the success of these goals. See, these are all basic success principles that I've really dove back into this past week and really excited about. So I just want to kind of start off tonight by sharing that with you. The other thing is that I thought Kevin Hopkins put an incredible video. I'd actually seen that video a couple of times of the kid with playing hockey, and I actually being a golf professional, I've actually seen my share of legends. Sadly, that there are a lot of legends in golf that you'll never hear their name because they were unbelievable at 8 years old. They were unbelievable at 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. Puberty has taken away so many legends in the game of golf, and I would dare say, I don't know anything about the game of hockey, but I would dare say puberty has probably taken away legends in the music business. I'm sure that there are kid phenoms out there that can do things on the piano at 8 years old that would wow people. But whether you're doing hockey, whether you're doing basketball, golf, musical instrument, you do have to get through different phases of your life, and it's amazing how puberty certainly changes you and your desires and things like that. The thing that I loved about that video is that, like in golf, one of the things that Tiger Woods said, I guess somebody asked Tiger, like, Tiger, how do I make my kid into a Tiger Woods? And I thought that Tiger's answer to that, even though I can't remember it verbatim, I thought his answer to that was actually pretty revealing. And Tiger said, be very careful that it's not your desire. Be very careful that it's your kid that comes up to you every day wanting to go to the golf course. Because if your kid doesn't first possess a desire to go to the golf course every day, you taking them to the golf course and you kind of basically forcing your desire on them, that's not going to work out good. And so, watching that kid with the hockey, I love that, because I'm going, I bet that kid absolutely loves it. I bet that was the kid that, has just got something in him that probably every single, from the time he could walk, probably had on ice skates. And he's probably that kid that, you get him home from school and he's got 2 hours worth of homework. Well, forget about it. He ain't doing the homework because he's figuring out how to get on the skates and get on the iced over pond back there, right? I mean, you can't teach that. You can't teach that desire. But when you do have somebody that has the desire, boy, when you find right people in the insurance business, when you find people that really want to win and they've made up their mind to win, it's over, right? It's over. That story in Think and Grow Rich, where this gentleman, he had made up his mind. He had fixed his mind, burning desire, singleness of purpose. He had fixed his mind to actually become a partner of Thomas Edison's. And he actually landed a job with Thomas Edison. And he told Thomas Edison, he said, Mr. Edison, he said, I've actually got my mind fixed on becoming your partner, not working for you. And you guys that have read the book, you know what Thomas Edison's response to that was. He says, well, if you've made up your mind and you fix it on that end, there's not much I can do to change it. So that's the power of our mind. That's the power of desire, burning desire. And, that video that I posted out there, that kind of spoke to Kevin's point is, and one of my favorite videos, and I couldn't find the original video today, but the guy that actually started that backwards bicycle, it's the art of learning, right? It's like, okay, so we know how to ride a bicycle. It's second nature to us. We ride a bicycle like driving a car, right? I mean, we don't even think about it. And so, but this bicycle was basically engineered that everything on it is backwards. And so, but here's the thing I want to get across by sending you that video today. And I actually wrote down a couple notes that I wanted to share with you. So number one, in this thing called learning, okay, number one, there has to be a desire in place at some point in time. It doesn't have to be in the very beginning. There's a lot of people that like maybe their first couple times going to the golf course, or maybe their first couple times going to an Equus ETC, they don't have a massive desire to be a Jared Ewing or a Nick Theodore or a Mike Hall or Ollie Collins, or they don't have that desire. But man, you take them to a couple of meetings and then they're like, oh my goodness, like, man, and then watch out, because they've got the bug and they're going to succeed at Equus Financial. Like, there's no way they're not going to succeed, right? They get a burning desire to succeed. That's why getting people around the association is so important. The thing that I feel like that people don't understand really truly how powerful the association is. People really don't understand how powerful it is to actually get your new agent on the Monday morning kickoff call. Like, you don't know how, if you knew how powerful that was, and how just one thing that somebody could say could turn around their whole life. Like, they would get the bug right then. Hearing Kendall Long's story today, plugging into a Friday 11 o'clock sales training, going to a weekend conference, going to an Equus ETC, plugging into any type of association, if you actually knew what it could do to somebody's life, you would be promoting the ecosystem like it's going out of style. You'd be promoting the ecosystem like you'd be putting on a Don King wig. See Don King? You'd be putting on that Don King wig, and you'd have your hair standing straight up, and you'd be going around to every single one of your new people. You'd be texting them going, hey, Monday morning kickoff call starting in 2 minutes, man, jump on. I know you're at work, but listen, man, put on those headphones and plug in, man. You know, you'd be promoting it like crazy, because all it takes is once them hearing something, one time for them to get the dream of freedom, and it's over. So for everybody that's going to succeed, there at some point in time, a desire has to be present. It doesn't have to be in the very beginning, okay? Number two, everybody's process is different. Everybody's learning process is different. I guarantee you, if we took all 30 of you guys that are plugging in tonight, and we all got a backwards bicycle, and we all went to a Walmart, you know, shopping center late at night, nobody's there. You know, what if we all got on our backwards bicycle and we said, okay, you know, from now until the sun comes up, we're going to learn how to ride this bicycle, right? Well, everybody's process of learning that would be different. Number three, it's not as easy as it seems, is it? It's not as easy as it seems. You'll get bloody along the way. And yes, I am now referring to anything that you learn, like this business of field underwriting and business development. You will get bloody along the way. You have to think. The process of learning is a process of thinking. See, it's like the kid catching a baseball. It's like it's painful to watch, because they put on that glove and you throw them the ball, and they're actually thinking about like the ball going in there, and like, you know, and they squeeze it, and it's like they're looking at it, and it's like it's painful, right? But then when you go through the learning process, you go through, you know, the conscious incompetence and the conscious competence, and you get to the unconscious competence phase, and all of a sudden you throw a baseball. It's like you throw me a baseball at, you know, 90 miles an hour. It's boom. You know, like I ain't even look. I see the ball. I'm just moving my hand right there. You know, it's just like, it's like driving a car. You know, you go through the same thing. You know, at 15 years old, you get your learner's permit. Everything's 10 and 2. You know. And then you learn how to drive a car, and it ain't even 10 and 2. It's, you know, it's me at 7:30, and it's like you doing everything else in the world. I mean, it's like, you see what I'm saying? You ain't even thinking about it. See, I thought what was really neat watching that guy going through the learning phases today. See, when he got to the end where he was trying to ride a bike to that finish line, it was like when he wasn't thinking about it, he was doing good. But the closer he got to that finish line, it was like Peter walking on water, right? And when he got close to that finish line, all of a sudden he started thinking. And when you start actively thinking driving a car, you're in trouble. You start actively thinking driving a car, you better not be going much over 25, 30 miles an hour, because you're in trouble. See, and that's the thing about our business. See, when we're brand new and we go into somebody's home, we're thinking about everything. We're thinking about everything that we don't know. But you know what? If we commit to going and sitting in front of 10, 12 people, all of a sudden, things start to change in your learning process. And you start to become confident in the things that you do know. And then sooner or later, you've got this thing mastered. And I can't for the life of me think that there's any better career out there. Once you've mastered it, and once you trust the process, I can't think of anything more free. I love it. I love being able to wake up and go out and work 2-3 days a week and make the type of income we make. I love it. So you have to think and then don't think. How many hours did that guy spend watching videos of somebody else riding the backwards bike? He didn't, did he? Okay. So my point in going through all of that is basically to tell you guys that if you want to learn how to build a business, or if you want to learn how to be a field underwriter, there's a learning process that you got to go through. But I will tell you this, you got to dive into the learning process, because I don't think there are very many people, and I can say this on this Zoom meeting, okay, because I'm hoping that there are not people on this Zoom meeting that don't want to build an agency, okay? So, but I can tell you this, I don't think there are very many people that are really committed to building a massive agency, because I don't know who they're asking questions to, or who they're putting their organization in front of, or who they're talking to about their thoughts. But I can tell you this, I spent the better part of 15 years in my business seeking information and refining my thought process of what to do in every situation in building my business. So there's a whole system in building your business, and eventually I'd like to cover that. As a matter of fact, I'm actually I'm going to do my best to cover every single bit of that system from 2 to 4 in Atlanta this coming Friday, and then also next Thursday in Philadelphia. I'm going to do the best I can from 2 to 4 to really get after it and really educate some people on building an agency. So one of the first basics to building an agency is to realize that there are 5 basic steps to building your agency. Okay, number 1 is people. It's just people. There's warm market, cold market, people you know, people you don't know. But there's you can't argue with the fact that there's several billion people in the world, right? There's people. And you know what? Everybody has access to the same people. Don't think when somebody finds somebody, don't think that it's luck, okay? Just there's people, right? So number 1 is people. One of the things that I'd recommend that you do if you want to build an agency, I'd recommend you making, a list of your warm market. Just make it out. I'm not saying that you've got to call them. I'm not saying that you've got to all I'm saying is just make a list. You'd be surprised once you make a list and you get your subconscious mind working toward thinking about everybody that you've ever really known. Who were your buddies in kindergarten? Who was your school teacher? Who was your school teacher in first grade, second grade, third grade? Who was your first T-ball coach? Did your T-ball coach have a son? Do you ever see his son? Well, no, but his son's name was Ted. I don't even remember Ted's last name, but yeah, Ted. Matter of fact, the coach and his mom split up, and Ted went and lived with his mom. I hadn't seen Ted since. But the thing about it is you start getting your subconscious mind working toward all that. And I will just tell you this, guys, it's amazing how your subconscious mind has the ability to start bringing people into your life who needs what you have. Boy, I'd love to talk a lot more about that, but I'm just going to leave it at that. So number 1 is names, is people. Number 2, if all you have is names, you don't know who amongst those names are interested in making part-time or full-time income. You don't know that. And the very worst thing that you can do is make decisions for people like, oh, I don't think they'd be interested, so I'm not going to call them. You say, well, that's the worst thing in the world. You don't ever want to make a decision for somebody. Why don't you just do number 2? Number 2 is make a phone call and simply check their interest. It's as simple as it sounds. Hey, Bob, this is John Kight. How you doing? Doing good. I haven't seen you in a long time, Bob. You been doing good? What type of work you doing now? Yeah, you staying active? You playing any softball or anything? You still doing? You play any golf? Okay. Well, listen. The reason I was calling is I actually thought about you the other day, and I actually saw you on social media, and it was weird because I just you popped in my brain the other day, and I wrote your name down. The next thing you know, I actually saw where our buddy Joe made a comment on your Facebook post, and I saw y'all's vacation picture. And so, hey, I wanted to give you a call because you actually live in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm actually a part of a financial services company called Equus Financial. And we're actually putting together a business team out there, and we're looking for a couple of people that are open to making some money for the most part on the side of their careers. We are hiring some full-time people as well, but my phone call to you is just to see if you're keeping your options open to making some money on the side of your full-time career. Do you ever keep your options open, Bob? And just yes or no. If yes, well then great. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's set up a time to talk. It's Monday night. Let's set up a time to talk maybe sometime tomorrow night or Wednesday. And I'll carve out about 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll get some information to you. And that way you can learn a little bit more about what we're doing, so you can let me know if you have an interest in pursuing what we're doing. And if you don't, it's not going to be any big deal. Is that fair enough? Okay, and then you book the time. Well, what if the guy says, well, no, I'm really not interested in making any money part-time or anything, but I appreciate you asking. Hey, no problem. No problem at all, man. If anything ever changes, let me know. But, man, it's been so good catching up with you. And how's Jill doing? Is she doing good? I remember when y'all got married, man. How long y'all been married now? I bet y'all been married, has it been 20 years? Oh, my goodness. Man, that's amazing. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna keep a little bit closer tabs on you on Facebook, man, and just reach out. If you ever need anything, reach out to me, okay? Man, it's been good catching up to you, Bob. Okay, see you. Goodbye. See, all that is just checking interest. It's no big deal. It's no, hey, Bob, you're a sharp guy. What do you mean you're not interested? Hey, Bob, come on, Bob, take a look at this, Bob. It won't take but a couple seconds. Please take a look at this, Bob. Don't do that. Don't do that. Well, Bob, what if I told you you can make a lot more money than you can in that stupid job you got? Don't do that. So number one is names. Number two is phone call to check interest. Number three is the overview, and that's where you do what I just did for 15 minutes. Don't send them my video. I mean, I'm not saying for some of you brand new people, you can send them my video, but you know what I really want? Do you know what I really want? I want you to do what I did for 15 minutes. I want you to talk about Equus Financial. I want you to talk about the partnership at Equus, the lead system at Equus, the training system at Equus. I want you to take 15 minutes and the words to come out of your mouth. Because in building your business, you're the magic. You're the magic. You're the magic. Not me. I'm never going to build your business, but you are. You're going to build your business. So third step is the overview. Fourth step is where maybe you want to spend a little bit more time sharing the Equus opportunity, okay? They want to know more, okay? So maybe you jump on with them. If you're local, maybe you get with them, but maybe do a screen share and take them into the Equus website and just kind of like show them Equus. You know, show them the website, show them the training, make Equus come to life for them. Take them into Opt and show them the lead inventory where they live. Yeah, look at all these leads, Bob, all right there where you live. Look at all of them. And then number 5 is the follow-up and the getting started. Follow up and getting started. Now, I will tell you, I was taught that that was a very important step. I was taught that the follow-up, if you ever do bring your upline in, like, unless you're brand new. If you're brand new, yeah, maybe you want your upline to talk to them, help you get 2 or 3 people going. I get it, right? But at some point in time, I wish y'all would take ownership of your business, because you really are, and you really will be the magic that grows your business. Barry won't be the magic. I won't be the magic. You'll be the magic. And so at some point in time, you need to start doing those 15-minute overview sessions. At some point in time, you need to start sharing the Equus opportunity, okay? But if there's a spot in these 5 basics where you want to maybe bring your upline in, it would be the follow-up. It would be that number 5 spot where you called them up on the phone, you asked them if they were interested, they said yes, you did a 15-minute overview, they said, oh, that sounds great. Then you did a screen share and you actually showed them Equus Financial and all the great things, and they said, man, when can I get started? And you're actually doing the follow-up. Maybe at that point in time, you want to bring your upline in and you want to say, hey, Ollie, I've got this guy. He's really excited. I've already overviewed him. I've already shown him Equus. He's ready to go. Can you help me get him started? Okay, that would be the follow-up, getting started, number 5. Now, I will tell you this. The thing that kind of, I don't know, I also hear where people don't really put much stock in follow-up and getting started. They just leave it to the individual, like, hey, I've already shown you Equus Financial, dude. If you're not off and running, if you're not licensed in the next 2 weeks and you're not already written 6 applications, like, I don't need you. So I get the whole posture of it all, and I like it. I like the posture. It's just that I really do think that number 5, the follow-up and getting somebody started and getting them to somebody in your upline that's got a little bit more credibility, somebody that can maybe influence them to do the right things in getting started, I think that's a very important step, okay? So I just wanted to be careful in the way that I taught that step tonight, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm going against what Barry teaches or anybody, because here's the thing. Nobody loves the posture of it all more than me. You know, once I've talked to somebody about Equus and I've let them know that I'm interested in helping them, you know, if that doesn't get them to start, you know, calling me, then, you know, I mean, like, the heck with them, right? So I get the whole posture of it, but I also want to be sure that I'm following the steps and I'm being a good businessman and I'm doing everything that I need to do to provide for you to make a good quality decision to join what I think is the greatest financial services company out there, called Equus Financial. So with that, I am done. I'm just going to see if there are any questions up there. Let's see here. Okay. And, you know, we're already 9:50, so I've certainly overstepped my 20 minutes with you guys. But thanks for plugging in. You know, for those of you guys that came to Orlando last week, thank you so much I tell you, it amazes me, you know, what people do, the quality decisions that people make. I just think it's phenomenal. I'm very proud of y'all. I'm proud of this team. This team's doing amazing things. I'm just going to tell you, there are some of you guys out there that the rest of this year, the next 5 months, is going to be huge. I actually think that there are 4 or 5 of you out there that you're not a regional manager yet. But I honestly think with the momentum that you have and the momentum that you're creating from leading from the front, I actually think that there are 4 or 5 of you out there that I honestly feel like could be if not qualified regional manager. And this might even surprise some of y'all, but I think that you can actually be in regional manager qualification and right there at regional manager qualification as we go into our national convention in January, early January of 2020. And again, some of y'all might be out there thinking, is he talking about me? You know, man, there's no way. I've only got like 2 or 3 writing engagements. I'm serious. I'm just telling you, the fall of the year is the greatest time to grow your team. And I just feel like that with the way some of you guys are leading from the front, I feel like that you know, Barry keeps telling me about this thing called a vertical move and about what Equus is getting ready to do. And all I know is this, is if Equus is going to make a vertical move, that there's got to be some people inside of Equus that'll make a vertical move as well. And you know, and I'm convinced that we've actually got some of those people in our organization. So proud of y'all. Y'all are amazing. You definitely have what it takes to do amazing things here. So hopefully tonight helped. If anybody has any questions, you're always feel welcome to text me, and I'll respond to that as soon as possible. So God bless you guys. Have a great night.